Good day, viewers. Walter here. Another Pwalpar vlog for you. I thought I'd tell you a railroad story today. Got to go to the mailbox and pick up a package that was supposed to have been delivered. However, I haven't seen anybody stop at the mailbox. Being Sunday, it makes me wonder. Sometimes a mailman can't find my mailbox. Anyway, I'll tell my story as I walk down the driveway. And today's railroad story is about a road trip I took 51 years ago, I believe it is. And I'll share the story with you today. If you care to listen, I'll tell you as I walk down the driveway. Appreciate y'all stopping in today. Little nippy here today, folks. Last night we had some serious storms. We all had to get up this morning about 5:30 and watch the news and make sure we wasn't going to get blown away by a tornado. And there was some tornado activity in the area. Temperature's 57 degrees. I got to walk to the mailbox. I ordered a new holder for my GoPro to wear with to hold my GoPro in when I wear my head strap. I talked the other day about some of the road trips that I went on during my career working for the railroad. Today I'm going to share a story with you. Not a pleasant story, but it's one that I'll never forget. So I'm going to tell you about the caboose where I had to replace the dirt collector and cutout cock in Rockmart, Georgia. Oh, I gotta feed the birds. Wait a minute. Anyway, I got a notice from Alexa a while ago that my package has arrived. It being Sunday, I normally wouldn't go to the mailbox, but that might be where the package is. Unless they sent it to the wrong house, it wouldn't be the first time. The mailman couldn't seem to find my house. Tree limbs are down everywhere from the storm. I mentioned in a recent video of a road trip that I was decided to go on as a railway carman to repair a Southern Railway caboose in Rockmart, Georgia. I was 26 years old then. That was 51 years ago. And of the hundreds of times I went to repair rail cars, most of which have long since faded from my memory, but this particular road trip is one burned into my memory. I couldn't forget it if I tried. I was working the repair track at Emmon Yard, Georgia. At the time, I was called into the office and told to proceed to Rockmart, Georgia, and repair a train line and whatever else I found wrong with a Southern Railway caboose. The number of the caboose was X600. I knew right away it was a cab involved in a recent tragic train school bus crossing accident where several children had been killed and 73 others injured. It was before my history of working on the Atlanta derrick. The derrick train was a work train with a 250-ton crane that worked train wrecks. I had known about the recent accident, which had made news headlines all over the world. I walked into the office and was assigned to go to Rockmart and get it done with that caboose. Well, if it's a ride, they took it to the wrong house. arrived in downtown, the little town of Rockmart, the caboose was parked near the Rockmart train depot. To any viewers listening to me, you can research the accident on Google. Just search for train school bus accident in Aragon, Georgia. Aragon. In 1974. There are detailed accounts of the accident listed there. The one thing I recall that made this road trip so unforgettable was the many disapproving looks I was getting from the many sightseers that came to the small town of Rockmart to see the caboose and then tour the town, the area, especially in Aragon, Georgia, where the tragic accident occurred. I was there several hours making repairs to the caboose. I do not recall all of the repairs I made, but there were several. But I do recall sitting under that caboose, replacing a broken combination dirt collector and cutout cock. My viewers will know what that is because I made a video about it just the other day. And watching people walking around the caboose and listening to their idle comments as I sat quietly under the caboose replacing the valve, and enduring a lot of dirty looks from them as if somehow I was responsible for it all. I suppose it was because I represented the Southern Railway at the time. Perhaps it was more because I was driving a truck clearly stenciled on the side of the door, Southern Railway. I in no way was at all responsible, but the way they stared at me and made the day quite uncomfortable for me. Over the years, I occasionally returned to the Rockmart depot for various reasons and different road trips, and not once did I go there without stopping to remember the repairs on that caboose number X600. I don't think I ever saw the caboose again. Perhaps someone knowing where it is might be able to tell me. In researching on Google today, I learned a memorial to the children has been erected in Aragon, Georgia. I'll put a link in the description of the video here to the page on Google where the memorial is. The pictures and other stuff is on that page, but there's lots of other sites and accounts on the internet about it. I went on to be a part of the Atlanta Derrick crew, and for some years, occasionally a few of the Derrick crew that were on the train when the accident occurred would talk about it, as they were among those who had to go into this upside-down school bus and try to rescue the children. Over the years, I went to other derailments where fatalities occurred, but I'm glad I wasn't at this one at the time. I have enough other memories to deal with. Anyway, let's see, I guess I could read you an account from one of the websites. Let's see if I pull. Yeah, I'll read you this account of it's not my writing, it's a report on somebody's website. Collision of a Southern Railway work train with a Polk District school bus at Aragon, Georgia, October 23rd, 1974. About 7:55 a.m. on October 23rd, 1974, a Polk District school bus carrying 87 students was struck on a grade crossing in Aragon, Georgia, by the caboose of a Southern Railway System work train. The train, which consisted of a locomotive and 12 cars, which just happened to be the Derrick train, was backing through the crossing. Failing to stop at or near the point of impact, the train was pushed 315 feet down the track. During the movement, the caboose overrode the bus and the vehicle rolled on its roof. The roof of the bus was crushed to the level of the seat tops. There were no ejections or fire. Several of the occupants of the bus were killed. Bus driver and 71 of the students were known to be injured. None of the occupants of the train were injured. The National Transportation Safety Board determined that the probable cause of the accident was the failure of the driver of the school bus to stop his vehicle short of the track until it was safe to proceed, and the failure of the crew member of the train to guard the unprotected crossing. I do recall hearing about the conductor not being out in the back of the caboose where he was supposed to be. The bus was taking a route that they didn't normally take because of the derailment in the area, and they had to take a different route to get to the school. Happened to be an unprotected crossing. Unprotected crossing is one that doesn't have bells and lights and all that stuff. Anyway, if you're interested to hear any more about that report, you're perfectly welcome to look it up. But I'll always remember sitting under that caboose getting some mighty dirty looks from folks, and I felt real bad about the children that were killed when the caboose ran them over. Appreciate you listening to my story today. As an afterthought, when I got to my mailbox, the package wasn't in there. Post office has a habit of putting my package in a neighbor's box when I can't go check in the neighbor's box. But according to the Amazon electronic knowledge base over here, ALEXIA, it was put in my mailbox at 12:15 this morning. So I wasted my time walking down there. Maybe the neighbors will bring it to me. If they don't, I'll just tell Amazon I never got the package. Thanks for listening. Y'all take care.